Chaos is a ladder. Try to climb it, fail, and never get to try again.
I hate him.
Wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy.
Got him. Singer, songwriter. Put it in.
Threatener, professional threatener.
No.
Have that one go in. He held a knife to your face.
No. Let me tell you a story.
He worships the Lord of Light. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the YouTube channel. My name is Cam. That is Zay, and we are here watching Game of Thrones Season 3, Episode 6, The Climb. We're watching that today. I'm super excited to get into this one, but before we do, if you guys like what you're watching, please leave a like down below. It would be greatly appreciated. And we have a goal to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you're not already subscribed and like I said, you enjoyed what you were watching, hit that subscribe button and it would really mean a lot. You can hit that bell notification button to be notified the next time we upload a new video. But before we get into it, Zay, what do you remember from the last episode?
I'll work backwards. Obviously, it's easier for memory wise. Daenerys basically asked the Unsullied she allowed them to pick a leader. Then she allowed them to actually choose to use their original given names, etc., etc.
Or any name that they want.
To which Grey Worm responded that this was the name I was given when I was freed by the great Daenerys Targaryen, Stormborn, right? He said Daenerys Stormborn.
Yeah, I mean it's the same. I'm Stormborn. Just I think means born in the Stormlands. I don't think it's anything like...
I'm trying to be semantical, I guess, with it. But regardless, he basically said this was the name I was given, or I had when you freed us. I want to use this, which I imagine the rest of them will probably follow suit to some sort. Be like, all right, well, we'll use our slave names. Regardless, she's giving them... It's another example of her giving them a chance to be free, make their own decisions. And they're like, our loyalty is to you. You freed us, this, that, and the other thing. They're serving her. They're very, very dedicated. That being said, we found out Stannis has a daughter that has an affliction who is still, I guess you could say, for lack of a better term, loyal to Sir Davos because Sir Davos gave her something before he left. Stannis told her that he was a traitor, but she still is now teaching him how to read. Freaking Tywin told Tyrion he's going to marry Sansa. And then when freaking Cersei was like, she was told that she has to marry Sir Loras. Yes. I mispronounced that. Who is gay. So that's interesting. And he basically announced that he knows about the things between her and Jaime because he said that she was staining the name. Like this is kind of like to basically like we have to do this because of.
Well, he's saying the rumors.
Right. Regardless if he believes it's true. Here's the thing. To me, it's like you wouldn't do it if you didn't think it was true. So it's probably like you think it. And he's not dumb. He's a very smart person. Olenna talked to Tyrion. The Tyrell are going to actually fund the wedding, even though Tyrion was like basically saying it's too extravagant. And she listed every reason as to how they supported the war. But at the end was like, to flex was like, but we'll fund this too. So do they have a plot? That's my first thing. Baelish is still talking to Sansa about leaving. Freaking Kingslayer, aka Jaime, gave his side of the story to Brienne, basically saying that this mad king wanted me to kill my own father, wanted me to watch our men burn. And I did it.
Civilians.
Burn. And like he basically was like, I'm not willing to do that. So you tell me if you were in that position, what would you do? Like, but he said that, Ned Stark judged me based off my actions, which is a fair point. It's like, yeah, people were kind of judging him off of his actions and not off of like that positioning. Two very different things, It's like saying like, oh, this person killed somebody. But okay, but did they kill him in self-defense because this other person was trying to kill them? It's a plot hole in the story. Technically, it's a very big hole in the story. It's like you're judging someone based off of being a villain, but it's like okay, you don't understand. what he was doing. Like he didn't
Right.
do it.
It's like
maliciously.
it's like calling somebody a murderer if they killed someone in self-defense, or
Yeah, it's
something
like,
to the likes
bro,
of that. It's like
you know,
my
it's
name
like,
is not murderer. Like my name is
yeah, and
Cam
we
or
kind
whatnot.
of
But
we went over that.
yeah, so that's a quick little recap. I mean, there's some things going on with John and Egret. He broke his vows there, getting with her, but
yeah, John broke his vows with Ingrid. So is this just John doing like this is going to create a weird dynamic if he goes back to the wall and tries to join the Watchmen if they defend off the wildlings? Because now he has to admit, most likely, but that might allow him to go back to Rob and assist Rob in his war, who's already suffering a loss of soldiers. That's the last bit of the recap. We will see.
All right, let's get into it.
Huh. You know you're fired.
For those that don't remember, they ran away after Gior and Castor died.
Is the wall as big as they say?
Oh, bigger.
Holy fuck, I didn't even think about that.
Not even see the top sometimes. It's hidden in clouds.
He's gonna, oh my God.
You're playing with me.
I'm not.
What?
If he tries to climb the wall and the wildlings get to the wall at the same time and they're in the same area, the wildlings might be like, get us up the fucking wall, boy. And be
You
like,
think he's gonna even need to climb the wall? He's a member of the Night's Watch.
Castle Black is nice enough.
then that'd be even worse because if the wildlings arrive at the same spot,
fire
they might be
burning in the
like,
long
tell them
hall.
you're with us or we're with you. Sam's low-key a
happen.
pushover. He's a pushover.
Sometimes one of the brothers will sing. Darian sings best.
Do you sing?
I'm more nervous that something's gonna come for that baby. Like they can smell it or something. I'd be interested to see how they.
Sing me a
you know.
song.
Oh,
Sing me a song, you're a singer.
a father's face is stern and strong. He sits and judges right from wrong. He weighs our lives, the short and long.
Well, cheer like what's the X Factor shit when they turn around the chair.
Every wife, her gentle smile ends all strife.
It's good enough.
Listen, she's like there's something about she's pretty, but like there's something about her that I'm just like.
We can't fight each other. We'll never make it to the wall. I want you both to make peace.
You want us to piss? No, I'm kidding.
All right. I do like the contrast of like outfits. Like Bran's clearly wearing like leather, which is probably a lot warmer. Like he looks like he's wearing shit that's a lot warmer with his furs and stuff versus what they're wearing. Even though it seems like it's warm enough, doesn't seem like it's comfortable.
Like more clothy.
Yeah. Sorry, I started watching it. It's like
I'm right here with you. What's happened?
it's like someone wearing like a like Nike Dry
wrong with
Fit
him?
versus like a Under Armour Storm sweatshirt, which they have very big differences in warmth. If people know what I'm talking about, but
He's having one now.
very loose comparison. But you'd understand if you've worn both. He looked like he was having a seizure, because they made him bite a leather towel or leather strap.
He was on the wrong side of the wall. Surrounded by enemies.
He saw Jon Snow. Interesting.
Little does he know that, but here's the thing. So okay, so that showed us that it doesn't provide context. Not saying that they're not enemies, but he doesn't know the situations he's in. He's kind
Well,
of
it
in
seems
like
to be more of a visual.
right. It's just like I see him here in this event with what would
Right.
be enemies, but we don't know what the actual context is.
That's about far enough.
Is that Red Woman?
We come as friends.
It is.
Yeah.
We'll be the judge of that.
Valar
I mean, they both worship the Lord of Light.
Holor. Okay, that must be the name.
My friends here don't speak High Valyrian.
Hmm.
Why are you here, my lady?
No, bros. Hold on. I got something to say after this scene. Bro. Valar Morghulis, and then she said Valar
Dohyrus.
Morghulis.
She said
was-
Valar Morghulis,
Hold-
and then
Space said you gotta say Valar Morghulis in my town, bro. Like, so is he a Lord of the Light, bro? What the fuck, yo? Oh,
you remember what that phrase means?
Men must die.
All men, all men.
All men must die. That's fucking crazy. So that means that they all. Oh my god! If you're a Lord of Light, that means he's a Lord of White worshiper, most likely.
But Danny knew that phrase as well.
Doesn't mean she ain't. I don't know what Lord of Light means. Is it a dragon lord? Like, I don't know, bro. Man, homie got fucked up though. Hung, stabbed in the eye.
Kessis honoravi sit libus daor.
Honoremon deor. Aexiosichon varesun japin.
At least he's not like, yeah, I'm kind of a stud.
No, I'm scared now. What the fuck?
I knelt beside his cold body and said the old words.
Not because I believed in them, but
He's been killed by the Mountain and the Hound.
Our God is the one true God, and all men must serve him.
Or all men must die.
You've been to the other side.
Clearly not this man.
Yeah,
There is
clearly
no
worse
other
than him.
side.
Oh, that's
I have been
terrifying
to
to
the
think about. I don't
darkness,
even
my
think
lady.
Nope, stop talking. I don't want to even hear about that. That's like a big fucking thing for me, is like the thought of death, and that is like a lot.
Forgive me, lad.
What are you doing? He wants to be one of you! He wants to join the Brotherhood! Stop them!
We serve the Lord of Light. And the Lord of Light needs this boy.
Did the Lord of Light tell you that, or did she?
You get it?
You're not doing this for your...
What?
Gendry.
Oh yeah,
Who's Gendry?
he's a son of oh, the fucking. Oh my god.
You couldn't put it together that whole time.
I'm not even thinking about it. I was just like, I'm literally watching.
Stannis' nephew, basically.
you told me I could be one of you.
But I wasn't thinking about Rob anymore. I like, well, I know Stannis
He's
is a Baratheon.
technically a
but I know
Baratheon.
he's a Baratheon, but I just wasn't even thinking about it.
We will meet again.
Brown, blue, and green. So I should get foreshadowing. Ooh,
I don't
who
know.
has brown eyes, blue eyes, and green eyes that she could take out? Oh my god. Yeah. So guys, I'm so sorry I couldn't put that together. I wasn't even thinking of. I forgot Gendry's a Baratheon. Like it was just me thinking of like. I'm like, who the fuck? Yeah. I wish I put it together because that would have been interesting to say like
We'll have
earlier.
to see what she does with him.
The amount of effort that would take is insane. To hammer
Yeah.
in, step, hammer in, step, hammer in. That's nuts. World War Z, they would have stacked on top of each other. That would be my fear right there. That lead falling. The yanks on everybody that's connected to your lead.
You can take a hit, lad!
Here's the thing. If the top of that lead falls, that hurts the whole squad. That pulls everybody. Like,
Water. You want some water?
don't ask for it. Don't do it. Oh, he's such a cunt. I thought he was gonna pour it on his head.
That would at least give him a chance to drink it.
Yeah.
You win the game if you can figure out who I am and why I'm torturing you, and I win the game if you beg me to cut off your finger.
If I win,
Sicko.
he'll let me go.
If you think this has a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention. Where are we?
Deepwood Mud.
Terrible guess.
I mean, like,
Torrent casts up.
He's dead. Strangled by the Kingslayer.
He was your brother. Lord Rickard Karstark is Robb Stark's bannerman. I betrayed Robb.
Was the Bannerman. Was.
Yes. You win.
You forgot to ask if I'm a liar. I'm afraid I am. I win.
jeez.
Say something. Say something. Say
It's
something.
like the fucking
yeah.
Ice Age squirrel.
Say something.
Wow.
I think people underestimate the amount of strength that would take to do that. Is like insane.
To
Even-
hold them up?
Even if you're in with this, to hold them, that's like 300, 450 pounds at the end
Well-
of your rope.
Well,
pulling you down.
there's multiple of them, and they've got some rope support as well, but it's not easy, that's for sure. And they're big wildling men. Uh-oh.
Come on, John. Come on. Hold it, John. Hold it, John. Hold it, John. Hold it, John. Hold it. Also, I think that like break your back. Like that would fuck your back up. All right, so evolution of the relationship occurring.
Well, now if one drops, it's a lot less of a problem than if you're carrying like 3.
Yeah.
Chaos is a ladder.
Hmm.
Try to climb and fail. Never get to try again.
I
Okay.
hate him.
And some are given,
Uh-oh.
but they refuse. They cling to the realm. Or the gods.
She knows what Tyrion broke the news.
Only the ladder is real. The climb.
And the ship is sailing away. So maybe the climb was talking about climbing chaos, which is a ladder.
Several different climbs that occurred.
Multiple.
But that just feels Littlefinger Baelish to be like way more aggressive in whatever his ambitions are. That's a crazy shot. That's a really
Yeah.
dope shot.
It's awesome. There's Westeros. Look at that shot.
Not the best CGI-ish scene I've ever seen.
It's good enough.
It got the point across, but it started zooming out. I was like, But coming from someone that knows like films and shit like that, I was like, all right.
That was Game of Thrones Season 3, Episode 6, The Climb. If you guys liked what you were watching, leave a like down below. It would mean a lot. Subscribe to stay tuned for more if you're not already, and help us reach that 1,000 subscriber goal. It would be great if you enjoyed what you're watching, of course. If you don't enjoy what you're watching, then hopefully you enjoy another video that we produce. But with that being said, if you want to watch our full-length reaction to this and the next 3 episodes, you can check those out on Patreon. The link will be in the description. Isaiah, what are your initial thoughts?
Great episode. Very, very interesting. A lot of relationship and dynamic kind of changes. I mean, there's a lot to go off of this. It wasn't super obvious. We haven't really had too many like action-filled episodes lately, which I didn't expect. I know they want to develop the story, but
so in the beginning, we had Sam and Gilly kind of talking, just kind of out in the woods. They're surviving.
Yeah, there wasn't really much interest in it. It just seemed, I feel like it's setting it up for a more eventful scene. I don't really know. I wouldn't be surprised they're still in those woods, very close to that settlement that Castor had it. So I wouldn't be surprised they ran into the creatures that were taking the baby boys, basically. Because we don't know. I don't know if that was arranged on like a date basis, because it couldn't really be, right? You're impregnating women. How could it be a date? Maybe they smell it. It's like maybe they have some sort of sense that allows them to identify it, which would create a weird dynamic because he would have to defend her and the boy. And he's basically, from what we've seen, very submissive-ish. Like he doesn't really fight back or he gets too scared. So it'd be interesting to see.
Speaking of surviving in the woods, Bran is out there in the woods with the wildling and those 2 folks and Hodor that came along, and one of them had a seizure and also mentioned that he saw Jon surrounded by enemies. And I know you mentioned in the episode that like, what does that mean? Can he not like? He doesn't know the context?
Right. So does it mean like with that power, is it that can they see and not hear? Like maybe they only have vision, not like, hearing, which, because if you're seeing him, you'd probably get an understanding from hearing that, oh, wait,
well, a good question is, we know wargs can enter animals. And so
we don't know what senses though that they can take over.
Right. It's like okay, if you're in an eagle, do you understand English still? Like, how does that work? We don't know.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Like, yeah. And we don't know the extent of the warg skills. Can they only take over animals? I mean, I have no idea. At some point, we might see a warg. Can like a more skilled warg take over a human? Like, I have no idea. Like, it just enveloped their, So with that being said, he only got to see basically like, yo, Jon is in a field of enemies, basically. And that's it. And that's creating stress on Bran because he's like, I don't know if that's, he doesn't know that Jon is kind of not necessarily siding with him, but cooperating with them and being alive. He might, as far as he knows, he might be like, oh my God, he's going to die. It would be very interesting to see that develop as well in their powers, the warg powers. Because I imagine you could develop that power more. I want to say you could develop that power more and maybe like get, more advanced like pieces of it. Maybe you could eventually, maybe it's like, oh, you can hear, but you can't understand English. Yeah. Oh, now you can. So I have no idea, but it'd be interesting to see.
Well, then we got to see the Red Woman come meet the Brotherhood, who both served the Lord of Light. That was interesting. And she took Gendry away because obviously he has Baratheon blood.
So she's going to bang Gendry most likely, we could say, and try to birth another Coochie monster. I don't know. But that's crazy also because, they say Valar Morghulis, and what'd she respond with again?
Valar, no, she said Valar Morghulis, and he said Valar Dohaeris.
All men must die. I'm imagining the response must be something, must be like a code, basically. Like if she said that to somebody on the street, they might just be like, what the fuck are you? Well, why are you saying that to me? Whereas maybe it's like a communication code. And that being said, we're now seeing people that know this code, that serve the Lord of Light, being able to do things such as, come back, will basically resurrect in a sense somebody. You know, what's his name died like 5 or 6 times. Basically, he should have been dead. He's resurrected. And then you know, what's his name changed his face. She knows it. She gave birth to a fucking demon out of her coochie. So it's like, what is this entity? Is it some sacred form of magic that, you know, they're disguising as like, oh, it's the Lord of Light, like, you know what I'm saying? Or is it really an entity, but that would open the doors for there to be like real like, you know what I'm saying, real gods, like the new gods and old gods might really exist, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's possible. Next we saw Theon with this mysterious guy, and he's been torturing Theon, and right when we thought we knew who it was, he said, "You forgot to ask if I was a liar."
Liar, and I
So we
am.
still don't know who this guy is as of right now. So what are your thoughts on
And
that situation? Do you feel bad for Theon at all, or do you think he deserves this?
because I almost wonder, is this guy just is he from just like maybe a forgotten like clan or like lordship that was like, you know, they got maybe abused by the Greyjoys or something and they were waiting on revenge and this was the perfect opportunity. He seems like he has vengeance towards them because he's torturing him for like really no reason. He's not asking him for information. He's not doing anything in regards to getting information on the Greyjoys and the Iron Islands or like, you know. So it seems like he's almost doing it out of enjoyment, which makes me think that they're like,
It almost seems like he's doing it out of enjoyment. He said, "I'm doing this for no other
yeah,
reason other than I
it
enjoy
basically
it."
seems that like that wherever he's from and wherever he led Theon was are people that have a reason to be vengeful. So like this isn't like no, like you don't understand what you did to us. Like, well, I'm gonna say that in a loose sense, what you did to us, or maybe he did something to them, maybe they think he did something to them. It seems like it was their opportunity to be like, yo, we got to get back at them. Like, fuck them. So yeah.
Next on the list, we see that the Walder Frey sent some of his men to talk, I guess, negotiate with Robb Stark of like, okay, how are we going to work this out? You didn't marry one of my daughters. And so they said, well, how about your uncle? Will he marry one of our daughters?
Yeah.
And Robb was like, you got to do this. It'll help us win the war. So what's your thought on that whole situation? You know,
Very, very hypocritical because realistically, you were supposed to marry one of his daughters and you said, fuck him. But then you got put in a pickle where you're like, I need him. So that could cause, I feel like it won't cause turmoil between him and Walder, but I feel like it will cause turmoil between him and his uncle because it's like, yo, like, I mean, it clearly did. I mean, he didn't say it, was like, yo, like, you're a hypocrite. If this was this serious to you, you would have done it in the first place, which where you were supposed to in the first place. You were supposed to marry one of his daughters to have his army. Now because now they left. Oh, now you're like, oh well, we need them like more. Like if your mind was really that focused. So I don't know, man. It's very hypocritical of Robb. I don't think that it's gonna go over smoothly. I think that there's gonna be some turmoil occurring, but we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see.
yeah, we had Jamie is now being sent back to King's Landing supposedly by
Supposedly.
Roose
Bolts.
Bolton, and they say Brienne can't come, but he insists. But it doesn't seem like he's in a position to insist. So what's going to happen there? Roose Bolton is Robb's right hand man, and Robb has been trying to get Jamie back, and Roose is now saying, "I'll send you to King's Landing, but remember, tell your father." That
I don't know
I
if
did
he's
you
gonna
disservice.
budge. I can't listen. I can't judge if Jamie's really like bonding with Brienne, or if he's just playing her to be like a guard for him. You know what I'm saying? Like it seems like he's very cunning and smart. Again, I've said it before. He's cunning and smart. All Lancers are. So is he just playing Brienne to kind of have like a guard in case things go sour? Because he has a quick mouth to say like shit that people don't like. But when they don't have someone that's leading them to tell them otherwise, they make rash decisions like cutting his hand off, which he wasn't too proud of. I don't think that he's not going to King's Landing. I just think that it'll be very hard for him to convince them to allow Brienne to come.
Okay. Well, we'll have to see exactly how that will work out. But kind of to wrap it up, we'll talk about both things, I guess, both the physical and metaphorical. So the climb. We had the physical mountain climb from the wildlings, and we also had Peter Baelish's climbing the ladder of chaos speech. And basically what he was saying is chaos is a tool. Like as long as there's chaotic things going on, I can use that to climb up the ladder of
because and to
hierarchy,
me,
success, and whatnot.
so we did, yeah, you're right. So we had a physical climb where they reached their peak. Now, is John and Ingar, right?
Egret.
Ingar.
Egret.
Egret. Is that supposed to match his climb? Like, did he reach the peak with that? Because he's created max chaos, like he really did, but is allowing him room to kind of like, move up because he, no matter
wait.
wait.
Who are you talking about right now?
I'm saying the parallels between the two.
Well, you're saying John climbed the wall with Egret.
But I'm saying that Baelish with his climb, like he created. There's
okay.
chaos
I see what you're
now
saying.
created.
So you're kind of comparing John with Baelish.
The ship left. Now Sansa knows that she doesn't have an option. She's supposed to marry Tyrion. And to him, and here's the thing: at the end of the day, every time we see him, is he ever stressed? No, he's very calm. Well, you should do this. Well, you should do that. Well, he has whispers. He knows how to like talk. So it's like it's a very cool. And mind you, that was a very dope comparison. Like, I obviously did it purposefully, but it was like a very dope way to show like the comparisons. Like, yeah, things went haywire when you had the one person fall and start to pull, and then you had what's his name, the dude that was beefing with John at one point, start to cut the wire. John recovered, hooked it, and saved it. Which you could I'm trying to think of the situation, but you've basically had that situation before where Baelish was probably in a situation where he was on an edge, like this might not be savable, but I got it. I saved it. I recovered. Now he's still making, the recover. I mean, I guess
you could say,
this.
I mean, with Ned, he was trying to convince Ned. He was trying to stay on Ned's side.
And so what happened? He turned, and it was recovered, and it was recovery. Now he's where he needs to be. So what do we see from him? I mean, I'm not sure what exactly we're going to see from him, but it's going to be interesting.
He clearly, at least you can tell, he has this desire to climb that chaos ladder.
He wants to be the top. Like he wants at least near the top, if anything.
And Varys is more, I'm here for the realm. That's right. That's what they're saying.
That's what he says. But I mean, how truthful are they? Because Varys could very well be playing the card of like, no, I'm just here for the realm, here for the realm, here for the realm. And then be like, as soon as his spot that he really wants strikes, he does whatever he needs to get it. And now he's like, where Baelish is more aggressive. So
yeah, we'll have to see. And then lastly, of course, John on the wall. They made it to the top. What do you think their next move is? What do you think is going to happen there?
I mean, I guess they gotta head to what? One of the freaking outposts, right? I mean, but I think it was pretty important that they talked about she had mentioned like she'd never seen beyond the wall, wants to know what's beyond it. But more or less, they got up the wall. Their immediate thing was they embraced and kissed. Like that shows like a very, very close relationship now. Like it's not just a sexual relationship. It's like, oh my God, we made it together. And
right. I mean, they had to work together. I mean, he saved your life technically.
That creates a spot where that's a spot of weakness. Now, if she gets threatened life-wise, John's decision-making might be affected. When you're men of the night watch, a woman's death will probably not affect you as much because you've never had intercourse, you never had sexual relations with a woman. You never been, it's not affecting you. If anything, your man getting sacrificed would be more effective. But now a woman relationship is going to be a lot more stimulatory and a lot more effective.
It definitely adds an interesting dynamic. Now, before we end this, I do want to say we were actually supposed to do this the last episode, but I guess for some reason we just forgot. So we're going to do it right now, and we're going to do this at the middle of every season, at the end of every season going forward, due to a recommendation from one of our Patreons, and I like the idea of it. Mm-hmm. So we're just going to ask Zay what his top 3 favorite characters are and what his bottom 3 like most hated characters are, like who he dislikes the most. So give us your top 3 favorite characters. If you can't do it in order, specify you can't, but if you can, give us an
Can't do
order.
it in order, but I'll say Tyrion. I'll say Tyrion. I'll say Tyrion, Rob, and John. Honestly,
Those are your 3 favorite characters
so far, I'll say the ones I
Okay.
don't like. I'll say the ones I
Okay.
don't like. Although Jamie is growing on me. Jamie is like he's like the top of my least
The
favorite.
bottom of your least favorite.
Bottom of my least favorite. So like he's close to the middle. Like I can deal with him like more, or like I kind of starting to like him. Jamie, Joffrey is my top. I can't stand fucking Joffrey. And I mean, bro, there's something about Baelish, man. It's just telling me like I'm uncomfortable with him.
Okay.
You know, something about Baelish, and I'm sure it'll change by the time I go through, but yeah, there's something about Baelish in between
Does he
that's
take
like
that he takes that spot
that
there?
middle. It's like because like look, I really want to like him. I really want to say he's got good intentions, but there's something telling me that he doesn't, and it's like eating me from the inside. Like this, he's plotting something. Like there's something there for him.
All right. Well, that was Isaiah's top 3 list and bottom 3 list, and we'll do those at the end of every season, at the middle of every season going forward, just for an update for you guys. But again, if you liked what you were watching, leave a like down below. It would be greatly appreciated. Help us reach our 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year goal by hitting that subscribe button. If you're not already and you enjoyed what you were watching, you can also hit that bell notification button to be notified the next time we upload a new video. I know Isaiah. Oh, you also, if you want to check out our full-length reaction to this, it's on Patreon. 3 more episodes ahead in terms of full-length reactions. Well, our full-length reactions to the next 3 episodes as well, to clarify, is on Patreon, so you can check that out in the link in the description. And Zay, I know you have a Twitch you want to mention?
Yes, I do. I stream Sunday through Friday. Come check me out. I stream with Cameron on Tuesday nights and Friday nights. We're doing playthroughs, all that type of stuff. Tuesdays are usually playthroughs. Fridays are probably going to be more like generic fun games, us getting content. That being said, I also am a very competitive Rocket League player. I'm reaching one of the top players, you know, on that in that game. So come tune me in for that. And I also stream my other boy Drew. But on the other flip side of the coin, Cameron also has a stream.
No. I do. Just Your Average Cam. You can check that out in the description as
It'll
well.
I'm playing, baby. So I'm
playing Elden Ring as this is being recorded. So if you guys are interested in that, you can check that out as well. And if you're not interested in Twitch, but you still want to see, you know, highlights or funny moments from our gaming experiences, we do have a gaming YouTube channel. The link for that will be in the description. And you can check those out. Those are much shorter videos.
And if you're not sure when we if you want to kind of confirm when we are streaming, we should have schedules inside of our Twitch channel. So if you can click on it, there should be a schedule somewhere letting you know what time we're on, what days. So that way you guys can kind of iron out like, oh, okay, I have time to do it. But we appreciate any support with that. Come in, chat with us, especially when we're both on together, you know, ask us questions, all that type of stuff. I'm always down to interact with the chat. I know Cameron is too. We freaking love it. It makes it a lot more enjoyable. So yeah.
Yeah, but no spoilers in the chat.
Please.
With that being said, we hope to see you guys on the next one.
Peace.
Peace.